Yes, so good evening, my people. I welcome you to another edition of this show, the Jagbajantis. Thank you for connecting tonight. Mo dúpẹ́ wípé mo pè yín ẹ sì jẹ́ mi. Mo rí yín ẹ̀gbọ́n Mr. Godwin Ademefun, my namesake. Thank you for joining. Ìfẹ́ èèyàn mi láti ayé tipẹ́tipẹ́. Thank you for connecting tonight. Mo hope pé gbogbo àwọn people tá a jọ sọ ẹ̀ wọ́n gbórí dúró lálẹ́. It's good to have you here live. As you are joining, please help me share this on your platforms. Help me invite your friends to connect. Ẹ sọ fún wọn wípé Akin ti gorí ètò. Jagbajantis lètò. Yes, orí wọn gbọ́dọ̀ pé ni. Yes, so their head must be correct. I'm just trying to wait for more people to join, and then we can kick on. Please help me invite people to join, to connect. Share this on your platforms and let as many people as possible see what is going on. Tonight's show is fully loaded. Mẹ́ta lọ́kàn ni 3 in 1. As you can see from the topic on the flyer, DNA, fatherhood, and parenting. These are 3 individual topics, but they are somehow connected. So I thought, okay, let's wrap the 3 together in one show. I hope we will get more people to to connect. Otherwise, we kick on straight away without wasting time. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gba bí ìwọlé náà. Do we have any La Doke University alumni on the show? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kẹ́ signify. ààrí ọmọ school Ládòkè kankan Ládòkè University. We will get there later. This show is sponsored by Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in the whole of Manchester. Àwọn ni wọ́n ń tì mí lẹ́yìn, àwọn ni wọ́n ṣe agbátẹrù ètò yìí. And gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa, a máa sáré yànnàná wọn torí ìpolówó ni àgúnmòwò. But before we do that, let me quickly do a short introduction, and then we'll go on a short advert break. When we return, we go straight into the show, and then other people can join us as we proceed. Recently, there has been a rise in the case of paternity fraud or paternity dispute. It's on the rise. Èmi kọ́ mo lọ́mọ, ìwọ ló lọ́mọ, ọmọ mi kọ́, ó kàn jọ mí ni. The statistics of children engaged in stabbing, molesting, rape, selling drugs, and committing all sorts of crimes is also on the rise. Sadly, the statistic does not favor us. When I say us, you mean where we, I'm referring to where we come from. And also today, the number of absentee fathers is also on the increase. Àwọn abímọ máa wò, wọ́n kúnta. So kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Start dropping your comment. I'll keep an eye on the comment section. And then we'll go on a short break now. By the time I return, we go straight into the show. What we're discussing is DNA, fatherhood, and parenting. I'll be back. Let's get to Yettis Kitchen quickly, and then we shall return.
Yettis Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester. Chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music, and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address one, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yettiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yettiskitchen.com. Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're back on the show, and we kick off from here. Yomi Moriel, thanks for connecting tonight. Osunbagbe. Thanks for joining. I'm just trying to share the link with some people who are chatting with me inbox. Just give me one moment. Let me just get this show across to them. Link with some people. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's go. Recently, I'm sure so many of you listening can testify to it. Recently, we've had several stories of people who have sad stories to tell, especially men in their, they've gone past middle age, and then them realizing that the children that they have been like training up as theirs, or in some cases the child that they have been claiming to be theirs, and suddenly they were told that Kinshomomo. Few years ago, about 4 years ago, I heard the story of an elderly man in America, a Nigerian by the way, in his late 50s going to 60. He found out that the only son they had, I think he was around 23, 24 then, was not his son. And out of anger, he shot the wife. He was charged for murder, but the judge himself was the one that ruled that it was a manslaughter, because he said he felt that the man didn't actually want to kill the wife. It was just out of, he lost it at that moment. And also recently there is a case of a judge in the eastern part of Nigeria that wrote out a disclaimer that the four children he has been raising, he just got to know that they are not his children. These are really strange cases, and I thought we should discuss it. I know also many of you would have one thing or the other to say about this, or you have experiences to share. As I proceed, please drop your comment in the section, and I'll keep an eye on it and pick up any interesting one to treat as I proceed. So usually when there is a child dispute, what usually causes it? There are two main reasons why there would be a dispute over a child. We will get into that as I proceed. One of them is paternity fraud. And what is paternity fraud? Paternity fraud is when a woman deliberately misidentifies a man as the biological and legitimate father of her child. This fraudulent act can lead a man to believe that he has a biological connection with the child of another man, and sometimes remain undetected for several years. Or in most cases, women are often aware that the presumed biological father is not genetically linked with the child. Like I always say, I've said it several times, people around me would not be hearing it for the first time. Ìgbàgbọ́ làwa ọkùnrin fi ń gbà wípé àwa la lọ́mọ. Obìnrin ló mọ bàbá ọmọ. And also, I would like to emphasize here that kò sí ọmọ àlè kankan níbì kankan. Gbogbo ọmọ ló ní bàbá, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń gbọ́ ọmọ bà fọ́ṣùn ni. So, for the avoidance of doubt, there's a science that helps prove that a man isn't being deceived into raising the kids or the children that are not his. So you can imagine spending your time, spending your money and everything on children that are not yours, and you are not aware. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní pò mọ̀, ó dẹ̀ wù ẹ́ lọ́kàn láti máa ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n it's the height of deceit for you to be raising other man's children unknowingly. So this is why there's a science that helps determine this, especially when there's, a reason for the man to feel something is wrong somewhere. But what do we have today? You have many wives or many women argue that if their husband demands for DNA test of their child or children, then it automatically means that they are being accused of infidelity. Some even push it further to say that means there is no more trust in that relationship and they'll be filing for divorce. I mean, kí ló le tó bẹ́ẹ̀? Abẹ́rẹ́ sọnù, ẹ lọ pe Ṣàngó. Ṣé èpè ò ti pọ̀ ju nǹkan tó sọnù lọ? Wọ́n béèrè fún DNA, ó ní ó fẹ́ divorce. Kí ló le tó bẹ́ẹ̀? The honest truth is that it's not a ground for divorce. That the man is asking for the DNA test of, the children is not an act of domestic violence. So, kí ló kan divorce in there? Some will say, want to accuse me of infidelity. No, nobody's accusing you of infidelity. You might be right to an extent that there is a case of trust issue. But then, if you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't see it as a big deal. It's a sign of what is happening around today, and I think every man is within their right to say, we're in a time where we hear all kind of strange and sad stories of men getting to know that they have spent the better part of their lives raising other people's kids. So if any man today wishes to confirm if he's truly the biological father of the kid a woman bore for him or claim to have born for him, then it's well within their right to ask. Even back in the days of our forefathers, there are traditional rites that they can take or that they take immediately after birth to ascertain that the child the woman has brought into the family is their right child. Wọ́n ní ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n máa ń gbé láti ṣàyẹ̀wò láyé àtijọ́ bóyá kì í ṣe ọmọ aráàta, kì í ṣe ọmọ àjòjì, kì í ṣe ọmọ àlè ni wọ́n gbé wá fún wọn. So this is not a new idea. It's been in existence, and I don't know why today we're making a fuss out of it. If you have nothing to hide, if you're confident that you've not stepped outside line, if a man demands for DNA of the children, you should be willing to grant it. Kò yẹ kí yẹn di wàhálà. I welcome people who have joined since we started. My sister Dayo Lori, thanks for joining me. Ọmọ ìyá mi, Ẹ̀bùn Akínọlá, thank you for joining tonight. Ajia tó mòjé, mo kí yín o. Thank you for joining again tonight. Yes, some comments are here already. Some women feel insulted if DNA is requested of them. Well, I don't think it's a big deal. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't feel you are being accused of anything. It's just a test, you know. And I'll even go further to say that DNA tests should be made compulsory and free at the hospital after childbirth. Just like, you know, we do genotype, we do HIV test before you get married to the person you want to marry. Likewise, after birth, I think, you know, right there and then, the DNA of the child should be carried out, so that gbogbo nǹkan tó ń rùn lẹ̀ wọ́n á lè clear everything láti lẹ̀. You know, it's for the benefit of all. So I don't think women should focus only on themselves and think they are being accused wrongly. Nobody's accusing you anything. It's just a test, you know, and it's for the benefit of all, most especially the kids. Do you even know that there are so many there are times when babies are exchanged in the hospitals? Àwọn family tó ń wá ọmọkùnrin báwọn ti mọ̀ pé obìnrin làwọn máa bí, they will pay all those greedy nurses at the hospital and wọ́n bá wọn pààrọ̀ ọmọ, wọ́n change ọmọ lọ hospital now, you know. And that's why all these things should be checked. This thing should be checked. Do you know how many people who have had their lives ruined as adults when they discover that they are not related to the person they call father, or even parents in some cases? Late last year, I read on Instagram a guy who, you know, at the point of inviting his parents to join him in America, he discovered that the father is not even his father, or the man is not even his father, because when they had to do the DNA test, and so that was when he discovered. I think he was 33 or so. He said his life is shattered. So it's really unfair to make people go through this, you know. And then Ebun says, I'd rather do that after the DNA shows the kids belong to him. Do what? You mean Fawala? No, kò ní kó Fawala now. Honestly, kò ní di wàhálà. Ẹ ṣe test. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ wípé okay òun ló lọ́mọ. I mean, kò ní di wàhálà, kò accuse of anything. Ẹ kàn test ni. Don't see this as war between two of you. You guys are couples. Ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ wà on the same page. So kí ni ìjà, kò accuse you of anything, so I don't see why you should fa wàhálà after tí wọ́n ti ascertain pé òun ló lọ́mọ. No, you should even be proud, you know. Ajia said requesting for DNA is not a crime. The man might want to be on the safe side. There's a lot going on in the world. Exactly. That is my point exactly. You know, we shouldn't feel that it's a battle between the husband and the wife and things like nah. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó jọmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Both of them should, you know, the wife should take it easy and just feel, you know, it's just something he wants to know, you know. Sarah Yusuf says even some women don't know who the father is. Is that possible? Now I would need more explanation on that. Kò sóbìnrin tí ò mọ ẹni tó fóun lóyún. Kò sóbìnrin tí ò mọ bàbá ọmọ. So ọkùnrin ló lè má mọ báyọ̀ ló ń lọ́mọ or not. Ìgbàgbọ́ lọkùnrin fi ń gbà pé òun ló ń lọ́mọ. Ṣùgbọ́n obìnrin mẹ́rin tó lóyún. Fẹ́yìn tẹ́ tún rí ilé ayé jù mí lọ, please, you can shed more light on this. That some women don't know who the father is. Á jẹ́ wípé ayé tẹ́ni ẹ̀ gan gbé ó mú ìfura dání. I hope you know that will never happen in Nigeria. Free DNA. Well, that's another issue, but I'm suggesting it. That it should, be introduced. Tó bá tẹ̀ máa fẹ́ kí wọ́n subsidize the charges yẹn, they can do that, but they should make this, something that is, compulsory for every child after birth. Ó máa mú wàhálà kó dínkù. Yes, one change ọmọ lọ hospital, àṣìgbé ọmọ ward, àwọn ọmọdé létà á máa ṣe wèrè kiri ayé. Ọmọ àlè yẹn ó ti dàgbà nìyẹn. Ìyẹn nílé tó ń tòrò ọmọ àlè bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò tí dàgbà. I support that DNA should be made compulsory to ensure the right baby is taken home by the new parent. Exactly. And then everybody will live in peace. Kò nídìí ká máa pọ́nra wa lójú tá à ń pọ́nra wa. So Amy, well done. Thanks for joining tonight again. We really enjoyed your contribution last week. We hope you will do the same tonight. Ajia is buttressing me here. Kò sóbìnrin tí kò mọ bàbá ọmọ except a woman who messes around. Exactly. So we shouldn't try to run away from this. Ọkùnrin ló wà in the dark, but obìnrin mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ tó lọ́mọ. So you can see that this is for the benefit of all. So women shouldn't just concentrate only on themselves alone and think, oh, they're accusing them of infidelity because they're asking for DNA. Nah. Kojo. Then if a woman sleeps with so many men at the same time, some may not know who the father is. Well, and that is the problem. So this is what we're trying to do, or this is the point we're trying to bring up. It's unfair on the man to be raising a child from a woman who sleeps around. So put the mind of this man at rest if he requests for DNA. That's rough. Those who suffer from all this are the children who are caught up in this. Innocent children are then stigmatized as Omali if the sperm was dropped down mysteriously. mysterious dropping here. There's so many people's lives have been ruined. Honestly, this issue is serious. This issue is serious. So many people's life has been ruined as adults, only to discover that the person they have been living with all along and calling father is not their father. So it's evil. It's morally wrong to do this. So many lives has been ruined as adults at the point when they discover that they've been calling the wrong person dad, or even parent in some case, or in some cases, and is even fair on the man training another man's children until they become adults unknowingly. Onnowo, onnora, onsalo, onsabo. Could they ṣàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀? It's not right. So for the women screaming trust issues alone, I think they're just selfishly looking at things only from their own perspective. There are few secrets that can destroy a family as thoroughly as the knowledge about one's real paternity. So ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin obìnrin wa ẹ̀bẹ̀ lábẹ́ yín o, ẹ yé gbé ọmọ ọba fọ́ṣùn. Tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé dáàdì lágbájá kọ́ ló ní lágbájá, ẹjọ́ ẹ gbé ọmọ lọ fọ́lọ́mọ. Ẹ má máa tàn dáàdì lágbájá kó máa tọ́jú ọmọ làkàṣègbè. Ẹkún ọjọ́ ọ̀la lẹ fi ń ṣeré o. Wọ́n ti pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín dànù bẹ́yẹn. So please let us do what is right. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, I'll pin some comment, discuss, and then we move on to the second part of this discussion, which is fatherhood. Àwọn bàbá bímọ má wò a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa wọn, wọ́n kún ta gan sìn. I'll be back. Let's quickly get to Yettis Kitchen, who has been behind this program. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré yànnàná wọn. Mo ń padà bọ̀.
Ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester, chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamase, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161-706-0062 tàbí 074-603-53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yettiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yettiskitchen.com. Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you very much. We're back. That is Yettis Kitchen. Yes, my sister Dialori asked the question here. Is it fair to legalize DNA? Yes, it's a suggestion I brought up, which I think would help solve a lot of issues. You know, let's introduce DNA for every child after birth. Just like we do genotype, we do HIV test, we do all these things before you go into marriage. You know, money. There was a time to just pé AS àti AS máa fẹ́ra wọn máa BSS tó wọ́n wá sọ pé ọmọ kú ó ní problem wọn láyé ló ń sàsìn wọn, but later wọ́n discover pé look, check your genotype, sí pé ẹ rí pé ẹ wà compatible before you marry. Tó bá ti rí pé ẹ máa ní problem pẹ̀lú genotype yín, ẹ má jẹ́ kí ìfẹ́ bóyin lójú. Let each of you just go their separate ways. And you today we know how many families that has helped. So it's the same here. It's really, really evil for a woman to knowingly hide this truth from a man. Kó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ọkùnrin yẹn máa tọ́jú ọmọ tí ìṣòun ló bí kó máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ lọ. It's crazy, you know. So if introducing this from birth, after birth, would help resolve this kind of problem, yes, I think it's fair. If the government is not ready to cover the cost, they can, you know, subsidize it and let the families pay part of the cost. So mamu àlàáfíà ó wà. A woman will be so wicked as to make her kids call another man father without anyone's consent, only because it's better for her. Yes, you know, and sadly we have so many of that happening today, and it's sad. It's sad. The feeling is really terrible, you know. But let me at this point say this. For, let's say this happened, and you discovered at, you know, a later stage that these kids you've been in their life all along are not your kids. As a man, and to all men on this show, it's not just enough to walk away, you know, because being a father It's not just about, donating a sperm or, impregnating a woman. Being a father is more than that. You can be a psychological father. You can be a social father. So you can't just walk out of this children's life just because you discover that they are not your biological children. It will be too hard on those children, So biologically, you still have responsibility because you want one more be baba, and you've been in their lives all this while. So don't just walk out. That's cruel. That will even do more damage in their lives. Stay, play that father role, and èrè wà fún, tí bàbá gangan bá dé later gan, àwọn èèyàn ò lè gbàgbé ẹ̀, So I'm just chipping that in for people who might think, ọjọ́ táwọn bá ti mọ̀ báyìí àwọn gbẹ́rù àwọn lọ nìyẹn. Nah, some will even carry gun and shoot those children. Nah, that is wrong. O ní láti pa wọ́n, tọ́jú wọn. Àwọn náà ní ìdí tí wọ́n fi wà láyé, ó dẹ̀ ní ìdí tí ó fi wà nú ayé wọn. So just fulfill that role and move on. So the question is, what caused this situation in the first place? Is it lack of love between both parties or lack of sex and affection? Does that warranty messing around and claim someone else is the father of the child? That's pure wickedness. Better to communicate and resolve the issue. Yes, I mean, at the start of the program I mentioned there are only two situations that would warrant this: infidelity and changing of children at the hospital. Those are the only two reasons why you would have this issue of paternity fraud. Kò tún sọ́nà míì, So if you know any other reason why you think that can cause paternity fraud or that can bring paternity dispute, please just drop in the comment. I'll pick that up. Nothing with looking after someone else's child, but what pain some is because of the deceit involved. Some men cannot handle that. Yes, I mean it's tough. I'm not saying it's easy. No, it's tough. It is tough. So I'm not trying to downplay the pain. It's tough. And it's even crazy that you've been deceived for so many years. But what I'm saying is, don't make it too hard on the children. They've known you as a father all along. Continue to play that role. Being a father is more than just impregnating a woman. Ojubelo. You can even be a father to children that are not biologically yours, and you can still fulfill that fatherly role. So we'll get that in a moment. We're moving into the second point now of our discussion: fatherhood. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá abẹ́ mọ́mọ́ àwùjọ wà lórí ètò, Akin ẹ̀kálẹ́. Àwọn tí ò sí ń bí náà tí wọ́n máa wò létà, Àkí àwọn náà. Now, the concept of fatherhood changed drastically after the Industrial Revolution. Back then, when the economy dictated that men, since they don't produce milk, leave the house to go and work. Masculinity then ceased to be defined in terms of domestic involvement, that is, skills at fathering and husbanding, and began to be defined in terms of making money. So back then, what we have today, the role we have today that some men assume is their role, is not what it used to be back then. Back then, we have men involved in domestic activities. But, during the time of industrialization, men were kicked out. And before you know it, it became like, oh, that is our only role in the home, just to provide for the family. So tó bá ti pa ó tó ti fowó ilé lẹ̀ tó ti fowó oúnjẹ lẹ̀ ó ti fi nǹkan ti fulfill role as a father nìyẹn lórí irọ́. And if you look at what has been happening since then, each generation of fathers since then has passed on less and less to his sons. Not just less power, but less wisdom. About Wamoto Wan Talin. Like I always say, before you blame this generation, don't kiri. Blame the generation that raised them. Ọmọ tó ń rape inú ilé kan ló ti jáde. So these things has been happening for a long time. So nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ rí lénìí wọ́n ní amókun ẹrù ẹwọ ó lókè lẹ́ ń wò ẹ wò sàlẹ̀. You know, too many men were raised by fathers who were distant and passive. So is it any wonder today that we have a generation of men who feel inadequate, fearful, angry, lost, not knowing how to think right about women and tame their own passions, and in desperate need of manhood training and vision? So if you look around today, you see some men, and the question that will come to your mind is, who raised these ones? Who raised them? So a man that you find that is misbehaving, how do you think such a man can raise a healthy child? Because you can't give what you don't have. Nǹkan tó bá ní ló lè fún yàn. So ìwọ gan tó ṣì ń misbehave, ìwọ gan tó ṣì ń gbá obìnrin níbí gbá lọ́hùn, ìwọ gan tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo obìnrin tó bá rí lòun kì mọ́lẹ̀. You can't tame your passions. You have no values. What exactly do you think you can pass on to your children or to your son? One of the greatest challenges any boy could endure is trying to become a man without a father to show him how. So many men today are absent. And when I say absent, I'm not saying physically, because àwọn bàbá mi wà wọ́n wálé lálẹ́, wọ́n darí wálé, ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò wúlò, wọ́n kàn wà nílé ni, wọn ò wúlò. There's no value they are passing. Psychologically, morally, no values. Tó bá kàn ti fowó lẹ̀ pé ṣé àtẹ̀mí rẹ̀ nínú bíìlì o, wọ́n ti believe pé àwọn ti ṣe pàtì tàwọn nìyẹn. There's so many kids out there tó jẹ́ pé the way they behave is a cry that they need somebody to show them the way. Ẹ bá rá àwọn tó ń ṣe gangan yẹn, gangan ilẹ̀ yìí focus lé lórí, but actually it's a cry for help. That we need help. We need direction. Oftentimes, these are kids with no male figure in their lives. And unfortunately, àwọn obìnrin wa ní side bí wọ́n rò pé àwọn lè dá ọmọ tọ́. Kẹ́ntìn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ wá gbọ́, I've chucked him out of the house. Mo ti lé jáde nílé. Mo ti kẹ́rù ẹ̀ jáde. Ara yín lẹ̀ ń ṣe. Ara yín lẹ̀ ń ṣe. Because a child needs both parents to raise them. If you want to raise a healthy kid or you want to raise healthy children, you need the involvement of the parents, especially that male figure. But unfortunately, our male figure tó wà gan, male figure rán ni wọ́n. Wọ́n parí ibi iṣẹ́ wọn lọ jókòó sínú barber shop. Wọ́n máa mú ẹnẹ síbẹ̀. Wọ́n máa sọ all kind of useless ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Wọ́n wálé. Wọ́n wálé gan àti yó bí ìrù. Ó mà ṣe o. Ó mà ṣe o. Machine. Men, providing for the family financially, it does not mean that you fulfilled your fatherly role. It's more than that. Meeting the financial needs of the home it's not everything you need. It's not the only role you have to fulfill to be called a father. Being a father means much more than that. It involves you to be physically, emotionally, and spiritually present to train up your children and prepare them to become responsible adults, to know how to navigate and negotiate the swift and evil current of this sea called life. They need you. They need you. They need your experience. They need your direction. They need your support. They need somewhere to come back to. That they put you on the right path. Ṣùgbọ́n burúkú lẹ́yìn gan ṣe kiri ìgboro. Ọmọ òun gan wọ́n bẹ̀yìn kẹ́ tó gbà á ni. Èmi kọ́ mo lóyún. Ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kan ni mo ṣe. Àṣẹ kan yẹn wá ń doyún ni. Wọ́n fọ́ọ̀sì ẹ gba ọmọ yẹn gan ni. Ó gba ọmọ yẹn tán náà orí burúkú lòún ṣe kiri. Kò ṣe dandan kó o bímọ o. Having children is not a joke. It's a responsibility. So if you are not up for it, don't venture into it. Fi kíní ẹ̀ pamọ́ sínú ṣòkòtò kó lọ lókùn kó so mọ́ wèsì ẹ̀ kó yé máa ná làǹgbà kiri. So many men have kids all about and they just think tí n bá ti fowó oúnjẹ ránṣẹ́ sí kíyà ẹ̀ máa tọ́jú ẹ̀. Nah, they need you. O kàn lè bímọ káàkiri bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. O dẹ̀ síbẹ̀ láti tọ́jú wọn. And you think just sending them money, buying them gift is all they need. No, it's more than that. If you are not ready for this responsibility, if you are not up for this task, please talk your something in your kó lọ wá àpò kan kó rán àpò fún kó gbé sí kó so kó pọ́n padlock ẹ̀ lẹ́nu kó má lù rárá. Instead of using your manhood, your dick to be causing or wreaking havoc everywhere. Ìkìlọ̀ nìyí o. Ẹ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti lè tọ́ ọmọ ẹ má bímọ. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti lè tọ́ ọmọ ẹ má bímọ. Ẹ má kàn ya òkú ayé kalẹ̀ síta. Let me pick up some comment here. Meeting the financial needs is a minute part. It entails much more than that. Exactly. Ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ gan. You know? Ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. But at the same time, some good fathers are out there, but some women don't give them the chance to be the father and perform their roles as a father. So those men give up and say, what's the point? There are Adam Bombe. And that's the third part of the discussion tonight. Parenting. We will get to that point. I mentioned earlier, èèyàn kan ò ń dá ọmọ tọ́, wọ́n máa ń pawọ́pọ̀ tọ́ ọmọ ni. So if you have a child or children in the home and the couples are still lucky to be together, ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ pawọ́pọ̀ tọ́ ọmọ ni. So we'll get to that. That is the third part of the discussion tonight, parenting. I'm trying to see if there's any other topic, any other comment regarding father. Let's see this one. And fathers should also love their partner. Show the children what a healthy, loving relationship should be so that they can emulate. Exactly. It is important. Today we have so many parents who focus on the fact that, their children are not listening to them. When in actual fact, they should be more concerned that these children are watching them. that the kids are not listening to you is not the issue. Be scared, be terrified that these kids are watching you. They will copy what you do more than what you say. So if they don't see love in your own relationship, láàrin bàbá àti ìyá wọn, you're not teaching them love. If you're teaching them love, you're just teaching them by lips alone. What they see goes a long way than what you teach them. Show examples rather than just be parent of do as I say, not as I do. Show examples, live by examples, not just dishing out instruction that you yourself are not putting into practice. So before we head into the third part of this discussion, let's quickly get to Yettis Kitchen, and in that moment I'll be picking up comments that I will treat. We'll be back. Yettis Kitchen.
Yettis Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester, chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies: jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn, bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address one, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yettiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yettiskitchen.com. Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you very much. We're back. Egbon says, unfortunately, not many men are on board tonight to contribute. One ni wa. Allah ni problem. Understand? Any problem. One ni wa. Ọkùnrin níṣòro, a níṣòro, agídí wèrè pọ̀, agídí òṣì tí ò gbé wa débi kankan. Ọlọ́ṣẹ́ ń fojú wa gbolẹ̀ káàkiri, ibi tó yẹ ká ti jókòó ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ká ṣàtúnṣe, agídí wèrè ni. Wọ́n ní wá bólẹ̀ tí máa rí wọn. Ẹ̀bùn say they should go for vasectomy. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Kán lọ jó kinní yẹn dànù. Kán yé máa fokó kàn kiri, kán máa dá wàhálà lẹ̀ kiri. Èwo ni kí ẹ̀ máa bímọ tí ò lè tọ́. Anyway, let's move to the third part of the discussion tonight, which is parenting. Parenting usually involves biological parents, but is not confined to them alone. Remember I said it earlier. N pé wọ́n kọ́ ló bí ọmọ biologically kò mean pé o lè parent ọmọ yẹn. So parenting also involves carers, involves teachers, involves nurses, involves any other person or people that is committed to look after children, and then others also fulfill parenting tasks with children that are not biologically theirs. So And then parenting has essentially 3 main components. Number 1, care. What is care? Protecting children from harm and looking after their emotional as well as physical health. So, how can you care for a child that you don't have time for? Kó tó care fún yàn, òun láti devote time sí. Mo ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. Ẹ gbọ́ orin lálẹ́. Secondly, parenting also involves control setting. And that is enforcing boundaries and ensure children and other and their safety. So this also involves your time. It involves you to be physically present. Ẹ bá ra ọmọ tó máa ń ṣe ẹ dẹ̀ máa dé ṣọ́ọ̀pù ẹ dẹ̀ máa rọ́mọ mi á dẹ̀ lọ sí àwọn eyes yẹn á dẹ̀ lọ máa fọwọ́wọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó bá wà ń bẹ̀ dànù. Ẹ̀kín tẹ̀kàn máa gbọ́ ni Tosin stop it no orí mi á ti gbóná. That is bad parenting. Bad parenting. Kò sí control. Thirdly, parenting also involves development. It involves optimizing these children's potential and maximizing the opportunities available to them. This also requires your presence. Care, setting boundaries and enforcing control, and development. Those 3 essential components of parenting involves your presence. Kó tó lè help ọmọ láti develop potential ẹ̀, wàá mójútó ọmọ yẹn. Wàá rí àwọn skills, wàá rí àwọn trait tó ti exhibit, wàá rí àwọn skills tó ń show, wàá rí àwọn nǹkan tó like. Kó tó lè sọ pé ó dà pọ̀ náà tọmọ ìfẹ́ tọ̀ lélẹ̀. Ò gbé pẹ̀lú ọmọ. O mọ nǹkan tọmọ fẹ́, o mọ nǹkan tó ń go through, o mọ nǹkan tó yọ akọ́jìnjọ́ kan wà ní Jídé, you are going to be an engineer o. Engineer ló máa ṣe ṣùgbọ́n engineer ló máa ṣe. So o ti máa courses tó máa mú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn physics, chemistry, biology. Ẹlẹ́dàá ọmọ yẹn ò dẹ̀ gba ibi tó ń torí ẹ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Jídé rèé kó ṣáà máa draw ni. Gbogbo everywhere ló ti fi ya nǹkan tán. Ó fẹ́ torí Jídé bọ engineering. And because of this lack of care and attention, several destinies of children have been ruined. Wọ́n ti rán àwọn ọmọ yẹn ní ìrìn àjò tí ẹlẹ́dàá wọn tí ò lálẹ̀ fún wọn. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying it loud and clear tonight. You cannot be a parent if you are not available. And that's why I tell people, don't let social construct dictate your life for you. Tó bá ti parí school, kó tètè lọ marry ni o, kó bímọ ló kù o. Look, sit yourself down and ask yourself, what is involved in this path? In setting up a family? In raising children? Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tó wà involved? When you are clear about the things that are involved, ask yourself, am I ready? Can I handle these things? Are these things for me? If the answer is no, my dear brother and sister, don't step into it. If you are a career-focused or career-driven person, it will be hard for you to raise a family, because your career would demand as much time as the family would demand. Why do you think so many families are crashing today? Because one person is, pursuing his or her career, and the other person has been asked to stay at home. Now, raising or looking after the family alone is overwhelming to the other person. That person feels caged, while he sees the other person as, ilé kan wá advance, ó kàn pursue country, ó pursue bí ó ń lọ, ó ń bọ̀ èmi nìkan mo kàn jókòó, mo kàn dátọ́ àwọn ọmọ ìṣá. ẹni náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa feel sad, á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa misbehave. I'm telling you, if you know you have to pursue a career, if you know that the life wẹ̀ bó ṣe fẹ́ lelele, please má bímọ tó lè wò, má bímọ tó lè tọ́. Parenting requires time. It requires presence. It requires your involvement. You don't parent from a distance. Òun láti kàálẹ̀ yẹn sìn. You need to care. You need to be there to set boundaries and let them know what they can do and what they cannot do. You need to be there to help their self-development. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òbí lẹ́ni iṣẹ́ lago ṣekú, shift after shift ni. Ibi tó le dé, ọmọ ẹlòmíì ti ń pe nani, ó ti ń pe nani ní mọ́mì, ó ti ń pe mọ́mì ẹ̀ ní àǹtí. Because they see the nanny more than they see the mom. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ yé pamọ́jọ bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, kí ló dé ṣe ń ta ọmọ ni? These kids are not easy to raise. Financially, mentally, psychologically, it's not an easy task. Ẹ wá bímọ jọ for what? Ẹ wá bímọ jọ, ẹ wá máa kanra mọ́ wọn. Tó bá jẹ́ yọkan ló lè tọ́, just have one and give that one quality life. Give that one quality existence. Raise that one not to be a problem to the society. Raise that one to go out there and be a solution. Look around today and see how many black kids are involved in stabbing, selling drugs, and go to the prison and see them. So many parents today have misplaced their priorities. They rather work 24/7 to make money, leaving no time to check on their children. So what is the use of this money to ṣàjọ? Ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ kọ́ ló máa gbélé tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ tà. Ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ kọ́ òun ló máa gbé ilé tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ tà. Ẹ fẹ́ kọ́lé sí Banana Island, ẹ fẹ́ kọ́lé sí Lekki, ẹ fẹ́ lé mortgage bí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kíní. You can't sleep. You can't even stay back for these kids to see you. Mama send text message sí wọn, Junior, kíní kan, just get the food from the fridge and put it in the microwave and warm it. Kó jẹun o, ṣe assignment yẹ o, I see you later, I love you, I'll buy you that trainer, I'll buy you that Nike. That's bad parenting. Whether you like it or not, báwọn náà ṣe máa gbé ayé nìyẹn, because pattern ni. Kan tó bá rí tẹ́ ẹ ṣe, òun ló máa believe pé it's a way of life. Wọ́n ṣe máa gbé ayé nìyẹn. Ẹ̀ ń kọ́lé sí Lekki, ẹ̀ ń kọ́lé sí Banana Island. Ilé tẹ́ ẹ gbé, ẹ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ o, ẹ̀ gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Wọ́n máa yẹ ká ya ṣe èrè ṣá. Àwọn ọmọ wa di hoodlum kalẹ̀ ń bí, because you have no time for them. Many are not working because they want to spend that money on the children. They are working because they want to acquire properties. They want to buy the latest gold. They want to drive the latest car. They want to show off. I mean, nothing is bad in having those things, but they shouldn't come at the expense of your kids or children's welfare. Yeah, some will argue that children will eventually turn out to be what they want to be, but you need to play your part and set them on the right path. Make it easy for them. Make it easy for them. In some homes, you have only one parent doing the discipline. When the father tries to correct, the mother will say, jọ má pa ọmọ fún mi o. Fi wọ́n lé o ṣáà mọ̀ pé ọmọ lóyìnbó ni wọ́n. Fi wọ́n lé o mọ̀ pọ́n sì kéré. Yorùbá ní kékeré la ti ń pẹ̀kan òrókò, tó bá dàgbà tán ẹbọ ló ń gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹni. You cannot correct a man. You can only raise a child. You can build a child. Ẹ pawọ́pọ̀ kẹ́ tó àwọn ọmọ yìí. If the father is disciplining the child, don't let them have a soft landing with the mom. Kọ́ wá rọ́dọ̀ màmá sá lọ. Ó ti ń fi problem ti ń wà. Tó bá dọ́dọ̀ màmá, let the mother say the same thing the father is talking to them about. Don't say ẹ má dá bàbá yín lóhùn, ó ti lè kanra jù. Ó ń bá ayé wọn jẹ́. Ó ń bá ayé wọn jẹ́ lọ nìyẹn. And for some women here who think, bí bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe wà nílé kò jẹ́ ráyé gbéjàre, màá lè jáde. After all, tí n bá jẹ́ single parent, ìjọba máa tọ́jú mi. Ìjọba máa tọ́jú ẹ̀. Ìjọba máa tọ́jú ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn family tíjọba ń tọ́jú ohun tí wọ́n padà dà. Because of your own greed, because of your pride, because of your selfishness, you kick the man out of the home. Because after all, single parents are living large. Wọ́n á fún ẹ lé, wọ́n máa fún ẹ lówó. Wàyí àwọn ọmọ yẹn ń bàjẹ́. Because they have no male figure to pattern their life after. Wọ́n wá lọ wá àwọn ọkùnrin níta. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wá ń ta hooligans ni wọ́n. They will tell them to be strong. You have to harass people. You have to make them fear you. Àwọn yẹn á kọ́ wọn ní wrong path. Let's look at these things. Let's look at these things. Ọmọ tí a ò bá pawọ́pọ̀ tọ́ kì í fún òbí nísinmi o. You have to join hands to raise your children. Tó bá yẹ pé yọkan lágbára yín tọ́, especially in this country, raising children, or in America or anywhere Western, raising children is expensive. It doesn't come cheap. So you must have this understanding. Táwọn ará ilé bá ń tàn yín, ọmọ ẹyọ kan lẹ bí ó yá ẹ jára mọ́, ẹ jẹ́ kó lábúrò, ẹ jẹ́ kó rí ti yín pé. If you are not a footballer, you are not a sport person, you are not born into a wealthy home, ó jẹ́ ṣọ́ra ẹ bó ṣe ń bímọ. Ṣọ́ra ẹ bó ṣe ń bímọ o. In fact, there was a time I sat down and I made a rough calculation. I said, if you are not earning up to £5,000 every month after tax, mi ò rò pé ó yẹ kí èèyàn bímọ ju ẹyọ kan lọ. I mean, reality ni, because you will struggle. This place is not like Nigeria. Tó bá kọ́ máa bímọ jọ bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ and depend on people around your neighborhood to help you raise them. O lè gbọ́mọ ti eléyìí kó bẹ tọ́jú, o lè gbọ́mọ ti yẹn kó bẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀. Here is difficult. Owó máìndà lásán problem. Àwọn tó tún máa gbọ́mọ ti gan-an ò mọ nǹkan tó tún máa fọ́mọ ẹ ṣe. So you must create a life such that you can be present. You can play your role. You can raise healthy children. You are talking in the nonsense and in the rubbish. You are talking in the thing that does not make sense. Which baby girl is loading? Loading. Ní bá mi lé. Mo ti lọ. Mo ti lọ o. Which baby girl loading? Anyway, that's by the way. Yes, having kids involve a lot of sacrifice. Yes, parenting is simply that your life has to stop for theirs to move on. If you are not ready to do that, please don't try to raise a family. Don't try to raise a family. Your own life has to stop for their own life to proceed. Don't raise a family. And all these things, Sherry, but she raise one problem with you. And that's why I keep mentioning social construct. What is there called up billion pé tó bá wáyé tó marry tó bímọ ó ṣe bá ó rí ilé ayé wa? Nah, it's wrong. These things are choices, and they are valid choices that individuals should sit down and make. Ẹlòmíì ó rush into it ni too early. Time yẹn kò tí wà mentally ready to start raising a family. I'm a struggle ni. Financially ẹlòmíì kò tí ready. Ẹlòmíì gan ò tí mature enough ẹni tí ò tí lè dá tọ́jú ara ẹ̀ tó ti lọ ń bímọ. A man that is not even stable enough to pay his own bills, that is not responsible enough to look after himself, to lọ raise family, to lọ start a family. I be a woman that don't even know the basic, domestic skills, can't look after herself, can't take care of the home, can't even cook, will not raise the family. Am I any problem? Any problem? Because okay, bí wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ like kó má máa jẹun, at least àwọn ọmọ àṣà jẹun. Okay, bí wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ sọ pé feminist ni ẹ̀ ń dáná fọkùnrin, at least àwọn ọmọ feminist ṣá máa jẹun. Àbí bí a pa ọmọ feminist kú ni. So you have to be ready before you move into this stage. It's a very tricky and sensitive stage. You have to be in the right mental space. You have to be financially ready. You have to be emotionally strong before you move into this phase. Don't let your families or people around you pressure you into this phase of life. Don't let them blackmail you by your biological timing. O ti di 30 kini báyìí, o ti di 40 kini báyìí, lọ ṣe kini kan báyìí. No, take your time. If you are not ready, take your time until you are ready. And if it's something that you feel is not for you, make that decision that is not for you. Find somebody also that does not want to live that kind of life. Ẹjọ́ collabo kẹjọ máa gbé. But if you don't want to have children, or wá lọ fẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé òun fẹ́ kí ó fẹ́ bímọ tó jẹ́ pé wíṣù lọ́ máa pè wọ́n, ẹ máa ní problem. Tó bá bímọ yẹn tán, ojoojúmọ́ tó bá ń ra àwọn ọmọ yẹn inú kan máa bí ẹni. We just see them as disturbance. You see them as kí làwọn ilé. You want to please the world. You want to please the people around you. You are setting up a life that is not meant for you. One problem. And the bigger problem is you will deprive these children of the right kind of development that they should have. Àwọn yẹn ló ń di wèrè sí ìgboro. And also, let me mention this. If there are certain things you did not fulfill in your own life, Don't try to fulfill it in the life of these children. If your ambition was to be a lawyer and then you failed, you couldn't at the end of the day, fulfill that ambition. Don't force your son to be a lawyer. Don't make sure pé nǹkan tí mi ò dà yẹn ìwọ ló máa wá padà dá lọ yẹn, ìwọ ló máa padà ṣe lọ yẹn, ìwọ ló máa padà máa jẹ́ dìlọ́ no. Tí ẹlẹ́dàá ò bá gba dìlọ́, jẹ́ kí ó ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́. Guide these children. Don't force a path on them. Teach them what they should know. Teach them the right principles of life. Give them that balance of bringing. Leave them to find their own path. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa la ṣì darí pẹ̀lú bá a ṣe gbé ayé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe darí wa ní ọ̀nà tí a fẹ́ rìn. A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń find the step wa padà ni. Don't let us make the same mistake in the lives of our children. Let's be there to guide them. Let's be there to support them. Let's be there to show them the right path that they should follow. As you are buying for them those things that you did not have the privilege to have at their age, also teach them those things that you didn't know at their age. Teach them how to manage finance from young. Teach them how to have good morals and values. Teach them how to show love to people around. Teach them how to respect other people. Show them dignity. Build core values into them. Gbogbo àwọn àṣẹ tí wọ́n fi tó àwọn àdàgbà tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí discover ń pàṣẹ ni ẹ má tún rọ̀ sí wọn lórí. Teach them the right path that they should follow. Kọ́ má bàa lu ayé báwa náà ṣe lu ayé. And if it's possible for you, raise your children under your roof. Ẹ yé fi ọmọ sìn káàkiri kó lọ máa gbé kiri. Màá ṣe ìyá ò lè dàbí ìyá, màá ṣe bàbá ò lè dàbí bàbá o. Ojú olójú kò lè dàbí ojú ẹni. Tó bá jẹ́ gàrí lẹ́jọ́ ń mu, ẹjọ́ jókòó sábẹ́ òrùlé yín kẹjọ máa mú. Desist from sending your children to go and live around with families, with relatives. The psychological damage that is done to such children. Mo, I'm a living witness and I know what I'm talking about. And for that reason, my own children can never live outside my roof. Until tán bá dàgbà tán ready àti move. Apart from that, àjọ máa gbé ni. Kan tá bá jọ rí jẹ lájọ máa jẹ. Kan tá bá jọ rí mu lájọ máa mu. Sending your kids to live with relatives maybe because they have money or they promise that they will help you send them to school or whatever thing. Look, that's a topic for another day. That's a topic for another day. There's nothing like having your children under your care to train them. Get your bond. See, that's one aspect of my life that I usually don't like going into. Koda. Nah, koda. No, I won't say more than that. And on that, I'll just do some roundup. When you teach your son, you are not only teaching that son, you are teaching your son's sons. So my better kẹ́ kọ́ wọn ní nǹkan tó dáa. Kí generational pattern má bàa wà. Àwọn kan sọ pé generational cause, kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ generational pattern ló wà. And to break that pattern, then you must do things differently. Tẹ́ bá ń gbé ayé báwọn ṣáájú ṣe ń gbé bọ́ ṣe ń gbé, the same result gbogbo yín máa máa rí. So if you want a different result, you want a change in your story, then you have to do things differently. You have to raise healthy children, because what you see going on in the world starts from the home. The home is the first school. Kẹ́ tó rán ọmọ lọ school gan, ó yẹ kó ti understand basic things. Otherwise, problem lè rán lọ sí school yẹn. Ayé á sú teacher tó fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ yín tẹ́ ẹ bá tọ́ dáadáa. Ó yẹ kọ́ ọmọ yẹn ti mọ̀ bọ́ ṣe ń gbọ́ràn. Ó yẹ kó ti ní respect. Ó yẹ kó ti mọ̀ bọ́ ṣe ń bá àwọn ẹlòmíì gbé. Otherwise, wọ́n máa pè yín all the time pé ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ da school. So the home is the first school where you can plant the right values into these children, where you can build them well. And you can't do this if you are not available. Ẹ wá owó níwọ̀nba. Ọmọ tẹ́ bí kalẹ̀. Devote time to raise them. Devote time for them. They need you, not your gift. Not the games, not the bad day you do for them and all those things. They need you. Well, on that note, I've delivered my message for this show, and then I can see there are so many contributions here already. Having kids involves a lot of sacrifice. Absolutely. You have to give your all. Ayé tí ẹ máa dúró ni kí tí wọ́n lè tẹ̀síwájú. So if you know you can't do this, it's simple. Just make the decision. I'm not having kids. Why? Tó jẹ́ pé òun náà ò fẹ́ ọmọ. Kẹ́dẹ̀jọ́ máa nara yín lẹ́dà kẹ́ máa gbà sí. Kẹ́dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé oyún tí gbòǹgbò ń bá ní atẹ́gùn ló fi ń ní ọmọ ò tibẹ̀ jáde. Kẹ́dẹ̀ máa gbé láìfún yín, kẹ́dẹ̀ pursue career yín, kẹ́dẹ̀ wà happy. Simple. Má jẹ́ ká máa gbé ayé rádaràdà, má jẹ́ ká máa kàn máa dá problem lẹ̀. Choose a life that suits you and be happy. That's it. You can't give what you don't have. Ìfẹ́ púpọ̀ ìfẹ́ Olúwapọ̀ Bíṣẹ̀sán. Yes, absolutely. You can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. You know? Now, so no source of income self, and they are so worried that they are yet to get pregnant 3 months after wedding. I just died. Yes, so you know this is very, very, very common in our culture. Ẹ bá ti bímọ báyìí ni wọ́n ti fọ́ọ̀mù àfàdúrà jagun. Wọ́n ti ń fi àwọn prayer point ránṣẹ́ sí yín. Wọ́n ti ń sọ fún yín àwọn prayer meeting tẹ́ máa attend. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé omi àdúrà lọ ni wọ́n bá ń gbàdúrà sómi kẹ́ tètè. Meanwhile, ẹ̀yin méjèèjì tẹ́ ẹ márì yẹn ẹ̀ níṣẹ́. Bọ̀ wọ́n ti ń gbàdúrà ọmọ fún yín. Ọlọ́run ló ń wọ ọmọ ewúrẹ́. Ṣé ọmọ tiẹ̀ wá jẹ́ ìwọ wá jẹ́ ewúrẹ́? Ẹyin tó máa jẹ látọ̀run wọ́n máa mú wáyé. Look, àwọn ọmọ tèmi bí kò sí kankan tán bí pẹ̀lú pampers nínú wọn. At least I was present at the time of their birth. Wọ́n bí wọn lásán ni. Ọmọ yẹn jábọ́ lẹ́yìn ibi wọn tó tún tẹ̀lé wọn wá. Wọn mú pampers wá. Wọn gbé baby food dání. So ẹ má jẹ́ kí anybody tàn yín. Ẹ̀yin lè máa provide nǹkan tó máa jẹ fún wọn. Ọmọ yóò ti ń jẹun jù. Kìnní kan ṣó tí yóò náà ni. Kò yóò ni, tí ò bá yóò kò yóò ni. Ntọ́lọ́ ń taari sí ẹ̀ ń gbá nìyẹn. Wàá bọ̀ ni. Òun la ṣe sọ wípé ẹ ṣe wọ̀nba tágbára yín gbé. Life is lived in stages. If you are struggling to survive on your own, don't start a family. Don't raise a family if you don't even know where your own destiny is heading. Oh, tí mọ bí ìrìn àjò mọ bí tó rí gbé ẹ lọ gan. Don't go and invite somebody else to join you on that journey. Torí ẹ méjèèjì jọ máa perish ni. If you don't know where you are heading in the journey of your own life, don't even start. Don't go and ask somebody to. Don't go and propose. Torí ìwọ àti ìwọ proposee àti ìwọ proposer àti proposee àti gbogbo máa perish papọ̀ ni. Know your journey and understand your phase of life. If you are not ready for the next phase, don't let anything push you into that phase. Take your time before you take the next move. Uncultured children everywhere, even in Nigeria, parents now prefer to train children like they are in abroad. Honestly, what is happening in our country today is sad. We are importing the social ills of the Western world. In time wọ́n try láti get rid of làwa import sínú society títí wa, because gbogbo nǹkan tó kún orí wa ni pé a fẹ́ dàbí òyìnbó, a fẹ́ dàbí òyìnbó. Gbogbo nǹkan tí òyìnbó ń wá eject, gbogbo nǹkan tó òyìnbó ń push out of their own society làwa import ẹ̀ làwa ń gbà as ọ̀làjú. So we have so many uncultured children today. We have so many homes that has lost values. If you go on the social media today, things you see daily, things you hear daily, oh sad, oh sad. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká kọ́ àṣà kàṣà. Let's help these children. Let's raise them in the right path. And then don't let nobody who hasn't been in your shoes tell you how to tie your shoelaces. Simple. Absolutely. People will stand on the outside, and from a distance they'll be giving you suggestions. Now they talk marry, show me your kan náà le mama ẹbí kan sí, you know. Ọkùnrin méjì wo obìnrin ló máa ń tọ́jú àwọn òbí tó bá dàgbà. Àwọn ọkùnrin yẹn á kàn lọ ni wọ́n ń wẹ̀yìn wò. Wọ́n fẹ́ ba ayé ẹ̀ jẹ́ ni o. Gbogbo àwọn emotional blackmail má fọ́ fún o, ọmọ ìyá mi má fọ́ lù o, ọmọ ìyá mi má fọ́ o, wọ́n fẹ́ ba ayé ẹ̀ jẹ́ ni o. Nǹkan tó bá mọ̀ pé o fẹ́ tágbára ẹ ká o ní kó o ṣe o. Mọ̀ pé nǹkan mi yóò gbéjọ ẹyọ kan lọ, má jẹ́ kán tiẹ̀ sí kejì o. Ó ti bímọ méjì, ó ní kẹ́ lọ owó obìnrin sí, èwo ni kì í ṣọmọ. Abánidáràn ni gbogbo àwọn pípù wọn bá ní tán o, tán bá tiẹ̀ sí tán, tó bá ní ìṣù tó bá lọ bá wọn, àwọn náà wá tún yẹ̀yẹ́ o. Make your own decisions. Plan your own life as you think if it suits you, and plan a life you can handle. Ẹrù tó lè gbé òní kó gbé o. Má jẹ́ kí ayé di ẹrù tó máa wọ̀ ẹ́ lọ́rùn, má jẹ́ kán dìrú ẹ o. Social media is another world entirely. Don't even go there. I'm not going there. Ayé ti ya wèrè gan, ayé ti mad. You know, like the orin of that man. Ó ní nínú ẹsẹ̀ méjì tí ilé ayé fi dúró, ayé ti ká kan rọ̀, ìkan ló fi dúró. ìkan tó kù yìí ò tó lẹ̀ mọ́ ara mi ìrònú di méjì fábò mi sẹ́nu fẹ́ná. Things have gone really, really wrong. And I think one of the problems I see today is you have kids having kids. You have children having children. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó kúnta léni wọn wà matured láti ẹ̀ ti lè tọ́ ọmọ. So why do you think the world is what it is today? And I won't lie to you, it's not going to get any better unless we step up and do the right thing. Thank you very much for listening to me this evening. Before we go, I will quickly go to Yettis Kitchen again, and I'll come back and then we have some fun, and then I can release you guys to go to bed. I'll be back.
Yettis Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester, chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgọ̀nyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayámáṣe, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address one, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yettiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yettiskitchen.com. Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Somebody sent a message to my phone. The person texted me. I wonder why the person didn't leave the message on the comment. He said, what about sending parents who send their children to boarding schools? Personally, I don't buy that idea. It's not an idea that I would explore. Now, listen to me. In the journey of my own life, with people I have come across, the minimum so with people I've come across, tí wọ́n ní a kind of a different sexual orientation. It started, or they picked up that habit from the boarding school. I can count, if I'm not mistaken, I can count up to 10. Fáwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n yapa, jẹ́ pé ayé tó ń gbé ń sìn, ayé ó ti yé yín. Because I have a lot of people around me. I don't push anybody back. We talk, we do everything. I'm open. I'm a very open-minded person. So taba timba tọwọ́ bọ̀ wọ́n lọ́fun gan. Because I have my reservation as regards things like that. So timba tọwọ́ bọ̀ wọ́n lọ́fun gan. Reason máa wà ibi tí kìíní ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. 9 out of 10 of them boarding school. And the time they come for holiday, their parents never noticed anything. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ń go on. So sending them to boarding school and all these things, it's a way of running away from your responsibility. Don't run away. Ẹrù ẹni jókòó tì. See them every day. Talk to them. Ọmọ tó ń rí ni wàá lè notice pé báyà change in behaviour wà nínú wọn. And you can quickly tètè adjust. Ọmọ tó ti ń tọwọ́ bọ̀ ń fúrọ̀. Ọmọ tó ti ń gbé nǹkan sí lẹ́nu. Tó dẹ̀ ṣe títí tó fi parí secondary school. Sọ pé ó ti gíràn. Ó ti gíràn. Ṣé tó fẹ́ gbọ́ mi lénìí? There are so many mothers boasting about today wípé virgin ṣì ní ọmọ mi. Ronke is still a virgin. Mommy, ọmọ yín is just a virgin lọ́wọ́ iwájú, kò virgin látẹ̀yìn mọ́. Wàláhì tàláhì ẹ̀sìmọ́bìlà ìlàsíláwà, mò ń sọ fáàkì fún yín tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gbọ́. These kids realize that some parents will check. Wọ́n tẹnumọ́ kíní kan o, báyìí kan báyìí sun, báyìí kan ṣe. They are still virgin by front. Ṣẹ́rí from back. Wọ́n virgin from ẹ̀yìn mọ́. Wọ́n láti ẹ̀yìn, wọ́n virgin látẹ̀yìn mọ́. Ẹ̀yìn ló ń gbà wọlé ń sìn. Wọ́n fi wájú yẹn lẹ̀ fún yín in case tẹ́ bá fẹ́ check. Kọ́ sì lè sọ pé yẹ virgin làwọn. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣẹ́rí láti bọ́m̀bọ̀m yẹn, wọ́n virgin mọ́. But how would you know? Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sí ń bẹ̀. How would you know? You think just sending them to boarding school and paying exorbitant fees and bragging with your friend, private boarding school ọmọ mi wà. You think ẹ ti ṣe nǹkan táyé ò ṣe rí? Ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé ó nídìí yín. Tọ́mọ bá ti ń wọ puberty, ó nídìí parent ẹ̀ gan. Tọ́mọ tó bá ti ń wọ teenage life, ó nídìí parent ẹ̀ gan. They're confused. There's so many things happening around them that they can't understand. They need direction. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ́lẹ́ rán wọn lọ boarding school. Yes, ẹ fà wọn láwọn school mother wèrè yẹn lọ́wọ́ àtàwọn school daddy wèrè yẹn. Ọba ayé ọmọ jẹ́ fún yín, wọ́n da ọmọ sí gbòòrò. Ẹ wá ní kó má rẹ̀ ọmọ wa sọ fún yín pé Ronke wa mú ọmọ girlfriend ẹ wà lé pé meet my partner Ìyábọ̀. Ẹ wá ń sunkún kiri. Ọjọ́ ẹkún yín ti late mọ́mì. Ó ti late kẹ́yà ṣe wedding fún wọn kẹ́ then move on. So that's my own take on boarding school. A lot goes on there. Mi ò attend boarding school, but mo mọ àwọn tó attend. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀. My sister attended, in fact all my sisters attended boarding school. And then àwọn ló lè ròyìn àwọn nǹkan tí ojú wọn rí. Ṣé àwọn same sex boarding school yẹn ó tún wá terrible. Báyà boys only àbí girls only. Àwọn yẹn tún wá mad. Boarding school before now was not good because with the height of discipline then, we still had plenty rubbish then. It is even worse now. Talking out of experience. I went to, but yes, you see now. So, ayé ìgbà yẹn àti ẹ̀gbọ́n. Ìsìn tí ya wèrè gan. Ìsìn tí ya wèrè gan. You know, these kids can teach you what you don't know when it comes. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ má tiẹ̀ lọ bẹ̀. Ẹ má lọ bẹ̀. I'm telling you. Ẹ má lọ bẹ̀. You know, And with all these apps they have on their phone these days, a lot of things don't go on. A lot of things don't go on. A lot of things don't share. Go on the internet and see how, out of innocence, they share their nudes and things like that on all these their social platforms. Because they are naive. They need direction. But I fẹ́ direct wọn ẹni tí ò sí ńbẹ̀. Adẹ̀tún láwọn ìyá wèrè míì náà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gan ni wọ́n tẹ̀ tó ń taari àwọn ọmọ sí gbòòrò ayé. Lọ́ba ní kó help ẹ, ní kó assist ẹ, nǹkan tó bá lóun fẹ́ kó fún un. Aláwọn ìyá ta ni àkókò jókòó kalẹ̀ sílé kan jẹun mi bọ́ sí gbòòrò kí wọn náà lọ jà fẹ́tọ́ ẹ, ìyà ò kì í jọ lọ́mú. O lè kádúró ọmú ìsáyà kó dẹ̀ tún máa sọ ń pò òrìṣẹ́. Lọ síta kó lọ wáṣẹ́, iṣẹ́ wà ń ta, ìyà ò kì í jọ lọ́mú. Àwọn ìyá kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ìyà ò kì í jọ lọ́mú. Irú statement wo nìyẹn? Ẹ wò, ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tún wọ level yẹn lálẹ́ torí ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò kí n pẹ́ move. Anyway, I hope the person who sent me that text is satisfied with my response. Boarding school is a no-no for me. It's a no-no for me. And so we call parents cannot even talk about sex. Okay, that's another thing. Yes. But thank you for bringing this up. Shemo, growing up, you really mean sing. I can talk for myself. Growing up, there are certain topics that they are like taboo. One they saw, one baba saw, tell you mention. So some things we figure them out ourselves. Let's explain these things to our children. Look, they were born with a blank mind. Would that be clean slate? Whatever you write on it stays on it permanently. If you notice, teba console blackboard and you rub it off, she might fit traces of some things. So the first thing you write does not get erased. Wrong people let's write the right thing in their minds. Let's teach them about sex. Let's talk to them about sex. Let's talk to them about the development that their bodies will go through. School tó ń lọ ìgbọ́wọ́lé Bible tó ń pé tó bá débẹ̀ ò ní tẹ̀ lọ́kùnrin wọn ò ní bá ẹ̀sùn wọn ṣe kíkan ẹ wo gbogbo ìtẹ́ ìsọ yẹn àwọn politician yẹn tó fi Bible búra ṣé wọ́n jáwọ́ nínú iṣẹ́ ibi ni wọ́n jáwọ́ nínú iṣẹ́ ibi náà tó gbogbo kìíní yẹn ò work. What works is telling them the right thing. Ẹ̀kọ́ wọn ní nǹkan tó yẹ kó mọ̀. Teach them what they should know and then leave them. Tó bá déta nǹkan tó bá tì sí wọn a máa bátù pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ́ ti fi sí wọn lọ́kàn. And by that tó bá máa padà wálé you will notice their struggles and you will intensify what you are telling them. But tó bá kọ nǹkan kan sí wọn lọ́kàn tó kàn jẹ́ pé ẹ̀rù lẹ́gbẹ́ sí wọn lọ́kàn virgin ni Joseph bá Maria o òun lọ ṣe bí Jésù o kìnìkan o má ṣe kìnìkan o má ṣe kìnì gbogbo rọ́bìṣì gbogbo kìnì ẹ̀ nọ́sẹ̀nsì gbogbo kìnì ẹ̀ àṣẹ ni gbogbo kìnì ẹ̀. Teach them the right thing. Let them know choices and consequences. Guy tó bá fi pé o ti wọn náà tún fẹ́ máa ṣe big boy nísìnyí ó bọ́ sí gbòòrò lọ́nà ọmọ kan lẹ́dà tó bá ti fún lóyún báyìí la ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí la ẹ jẹ́ kí òye yé wọn. And then when it comes to this thing they will make sound decisions even while you are not there. but leaving their mind blank and sending them into the world. Àwọn gíran tó wà ń tà, àwọn gíran tó wà ń tà, wọ́n máa báyé àwọn yẹn jẹ́ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. And by that time, it will be too late. It will be too late. So I don't see any discussion that you shouldn't have with them. When you think they are at the age to hear them, ẹ bá wọn sọ. Ẹ bá fi hàn pé wọ́n ti dé level tí wọ́n ti lè gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ẹ bá wọn sọ. Ẹ bá wọn sọ. Ẹ mọ nǹkan tí level wọn gbé. Don't shy away. Tó bá béèrè question tó sì gbẹ́ni sọ́n. Ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni ẹ tó ń béèrè kìíní ẹ̀ ń bọ́ ló ti gbọ́ yẹn wọ́n ti ń pọ́n nǹkan kúkú àbí. No. They will run back and go into their shell. And they will never come to you to ask any question anymore. They will go out and go and ask. Make your children your friends. I keep telling my own kids, you have anything, come to me and your mom. We have the best answers to give to you. Don't ask anybody outside though. They'll give you wrong answer. No question is stupid. No question is crazy. No question is... Ask anything. Be free. Talk. And we will tell you the truth that you need to know. So, I think I'm done tonight. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who joined me tonight and for staying with me till this time. We've almost spent 2 hours. Thank you for your contributions, and thank you for listening to me. Mi ò mọ nǹkan kan o, gbogbo wa jọ ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà ni, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ní a máa ń pé gbọ́n ni, a kì í pé gọ̀. I've also learned from some of your comments tonight, and then I hope we would have many more of these sessions to learn and be better people in life. Before I release you to go, I have a suggestion. I want to throw this out that I want this platform to be a platform where we discuss real life issues that are affecting us. I want it to be a platform where we come to discuss, not me coming to lecture you. So for that reason, I want to suggest that on this platform, we suggest topic that you want us to discuss. And then each week we agree on a topic that we want to discuss the next week. So you drop suggestions of topic, this that issue that you want us to, maybe you want to hear my view or my opinion, or you want us to throw it out there and have a general view of people. And then we will agree on a topic and say, okay, this is the topic we're discussing next week. And so we all come prepared. We all come, with an open mind to hear what it's all about. So I don't want it to be like I'm the only one just asking you to come and listen to me. I'm the only one just saying this is what we're going to talk about next week. Please, I'm throwing this open now. Drop suggestions of topic or issue that you think this is worth looking at. Please, the floor is open. I want to log out in the next 5 minutes. So if you have anything you want to drop as topic for us to treat on this show, please, you have between now and the next 4-5 minutes to do that, and then we'll pick that. So with that, I think we would carry everybody along. We would have a more encouraging discussion. We will have more people getting involved and then we can touch so many issues that people are dealing with in private. My sister Ife says, how do we teach our kids to handle bullying? Okay, to teach them in handling bullying, number one, we have to first of all enlighten them. We need to educate them on what is called respect. We need to educate them on how to respect themselves. So we need to put in them who they are. Because before anyone bullies you, they bully you based on maybe how you look, where you come from, your name, your hair, your body features, your body part, your height, your shape, and things like that. These are usually things that bullies pick or use or in their target. So first thing you must let your kids know is that nothing is wrong with them. They are the best version of themselves. Where they come from, how they speak, how they look, make them value themselves. When that is built in them, in their core, nothing anybody says will stick to them. Secondly, teach them the right word to say back to bullies. You don't stop bullying by bullying back. No. You stop bullies by telling them what they don't like to hear. Bullying is a sign of weakness. There's something missing in the life of those people, and they are trying to take it out on other people. They are either from dysfunctional homes, they are either suffering from one issue or the other. So this is the kind of enlightenment you should give to your kids. Let them understand why people bully, and let them understand why they shouldn't open themselves to words of these people. Let them know that they are the best version of themselves. Let them feel good about themselves. Tell them they shouldn't feel inferior. And you don't start this at the time that they started experiencing bullying. No. Teach them ahead of time. Every day I drop my kids in school, I tell them, you're good, you're intelligent, you are smart, you are handsome. I tell them this thing every single morning. So don't listen to whatever anyone tells you. Anyone tells you any of those nonsense, tell them you know who you are. So you need to start before they start getting bullied, because some of them won't even say it. It's only if you notice it. Lose confidence. So don't let anybody break their confidence. Build their confidence up. That's how to deal or handle bullying. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Sister Sarah Yusuf said, please let us treat the bullying topic properly for next week so we can finish tonight. Okay. That's a suggestion. This is an important topic because of what's going on in the world. My son was greatly affected by job failure even though he's 10. Okay. The time we have now cannot be enough. This has to be dealt with extensively. Okay. So I think on this note, we agree that this should be our topic for next week: bullying and how to handle bullying. Even adults, we face bullying as well on social media. Àwọn wèrè pọ̀ gan lórí social media. Wọn ò mọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ rí wọn tí ẹ̀ tán tí ẹ̀ pàdé ẹ̀ ṣe anything, they come and start chatting shit about you and stuff like that. They are called trolls. We would there are ways in dealing with them, and we would delve into this topic extensively next week. Thank you very much for tonight. Inú mi dùn pé mo pè yín ẹ jẹ́ mi lálẹ́ yìí. I'm really grateful for having you on this show, and for people who are coming for the first time, I think Sister Sarah Yusuf and Sister Mujisola Alade, these are newcomers. Thank you very much. I hope you've learned one or two things and you'll become a regular on this show. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to Yettis Kitchen for being a sponsor of this wonderful show. Ìpàdé wa bí ọjọ́rọ̀ ó di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Ire o.
Yettis Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester, chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sílẹ̀, eating, takeaway or delivery, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game nights, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address money, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QF. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yettiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yettiskitchen.com. Yettis Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely night. God bless.
I saw her, oh, she, I want your